Right, I am now on LeetCode.com. Let's go to the problems. And then the most popular problem on LeetCode is the two sum problem that we're gonna tackle today. Hi, my name is Kai and let's dive into the two sum problem. Given an array of integers nums and an integer target, so we've got here nums and target, they're given in the function. Return indices of the two numbers such that they add up to target. So within this array or list, you need to find a pair of numbers of integers so that they add up to target and then return their indices, right? So a list with index of a first number and an index of a second number. You may assume that each input would have exactly one solution. Okay, so we don't have to worry about any multiple solutions or duplicates or something like that. Right, let's go through the first example. Okay, so from those numbers, target is 9, 2 and 7 add up to 9. So we're supposed to return the indices of those two numbers. So 2 index 0 and the index of 7 is 1 because the indices start with 0. Okay. So how would you approach this problem? I always recommend to start with the brute force approach. So in this case, you can select each possible pair of the numbers within the nums list and then have a condition whether they add up to target. If they do, then just return this pair or indices of this pair, right? Okay, so let's start coding. For I, that's going to be the index of the first number. And let's go through all the indices in nums. Okay, now within this we need to have double for loop for the second index, right? So, and this one we want to start from I plus 1 instead of just 0 because we don't want to repeat the same number, right? Okay, and now a condition if this is the first number plus the second number, if they equal to I cannot type target, return array of I and j. Okay, that looks good to me. Let's submit and see what we got. Can take a while. Okay, so the solution is good, success, 4,000 milliseconds or 4 seconds. Better than 20%. Okay, that's not bad, but perhaps we can do a little better. So another approach to this problem is as you go through the list through nums and check the numbers, you actually can calculate what's the complement number, right? Because you do know which number you need for it to adapt to target, right? So just imagine if you have like number 1 plus number 2, they must equal target, right? But when you're just given number 1, you already know what the second number must be for it to meet this condition, right? So like if you have num1 minus target equals num2. So this is the definition of a number that you're looking for as you go through your list. So now you need to think about what's the efficient and easy way to find this number. Well, you can have a hashmap or a dict in Python in which you would store where the numbers in the array are, right? So that when you coming back to the example, say you have number 7 and you know, okay, target is 9, I've got 7, 9 minus 7 is 2, so that means I need to find 2. So you can have a hash map with all the numbers in this array and just say, okay, give me the 2. Is there a 2? Yes, there is a 2. So you just return those indices. If there is no 2, just move on. maybe another number will match. So let's jump into coding the second solution. Okay, so first of all, we need the hashmap to collect mapping between numbers and indices of those numbers. Okay, just initialize the hashmap, and here we need the very same for loop to just iterate over the elements of the array, right? Nums, bam. Okay, here. Let's see what the complement would be for this number. Complement is target minus this number, which is nums index. Okay, and our condition. Let's see if the complement is already in the hashmap, right? So if complement in to index, then we found our pair, so it's just a matter of returning it, right? Return array our number plus the complement, and the index of the complement, you need to look it up in the dict, in the hashmap. All right, and in the scenario where there is no complement, we're just gonna add this number with index to this hashmap. Okay. Nums index equals index. All right, this looks good to me. Let's submit. Right, so now this is 60 milliseconds comparing to 4,000 milliseconds, right? This is a major difference. So just by looking this up into the hash map and putting elements into the hash map and reading them is order of 1, big O notation of 1, versus the previous approach, looking up this complement number was order of n, right? Because we were iterating within the second for loop. So there you go. Now you know 2 solutions to the 2 sum problem, and good luck with your coding and preparing for those coding interviews.